Sports, 100% reflected. Sometimes it's Raven. Sometimes it's other teams affected. Hold on tight, strap in. It's going to get hectic. Couch Rider Report, an original sports perspective. Welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. It's your boy Jermaine Lockett with the Couch Rider Report. Hey, you came back. I appreciate you. Much love. I'd reach out and give you a hug if it wasn't COVID and if it wasn't a camera. You know, when I was reaching out through the camera, it's very complicated, but I don't want to get into that right now. But what I do want to get into is there was a couple of friends who had some questions. I know there was the schedule release. Everybody was like, oh, this team's going to win. This team's going to lose. This team's dangerous, blah, 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 blah. All this malarkey that nobody has any control over at the moment, or nobody has real analytics on, because last season it was the past. And there's nothing we can do about the past except for look forward to the future. Let's go. I'm excited about my Baltimore Ravens, but today it's not about them. A buddy of mine, he had a lot of questions, and I wanted to go through each one with you and just give some decent answers based off of what my perspective is. Like I said, it's an original sports perspective. It's maybe not like anybody else's, or maybe it is. I don't know. You probably have to go watch their channels. But stay right here with me. Please stick around. I need you. But like I said, you can hit that like, hit that subscribe, and smack that bell. Beat that bell down so you know when I'm coming. First question is how does Matt Stafford look with the Rams? You know, I'd say, hey, he's probably going to look the exact same, just with a jersey swap. I'm kidding. Okay, he's going to have different weapons, which is going to make him more dangerous, I believe, with Cooper Kupp, with Van Jefferson. I think Cooper Kupp's going to be that main beast of a weapon, as he always has been. But having him with Robert Woods, having a weapon like that can make him extremely dangerous. Of course, they're going to be missing their tight end because I believe he went to Seattle. But to have a plethora of weapons and actually having a defense, because I just don't think Detroit had much of a defense. They kind of let everything hit them in the face last year. Being with the Rams and having so many weapons around them, they're going places. It's a tough division to sit in the NFC West and compete against a recovering 49ers. Russell Wilson happy now, or somewhat happy, how quarterbacks are. You never know what they're going to say next. And then, of course, the Arizona Cardinals just looking so beast because they keep doubling down and tripling down on wide receivers to help out Kyler Murray. It'll be a nice squad. Next question is Big Ben done? Is Big Ben done? Well, if you look contract-wise, I looked on SpotTrack.com. He doesn't look like he's going to have much of a contract next year. It's like, $10 million? And I think the Steelers are willing to eat $10 million in cap money to have him ride out this last year into the sunset to see what they can do. Sure, they won 11 games last year before they started to go on a slide. I mean, you got to look at it. This is a quarterback who's only scored 19.6 points, or the team that scored 19.6 points per game. But for right now, this is the end of his career. And it's better to just cut the cord. Cut the cord and let Big Ben go sit on the couch and watch with the rest of us. Right now, I have them kind of third in the AFC North in power rankings. Another hot topic question is, hey, Aaron, where's he going? He's not happy. He's not happy with Green Bay because they won't commit. They won't commit to him. He's Mr. Right now, but he's not Mr. Right. And he wants to be, hey, I'm Mr. Right. You need to commit to me long term, or don't commit to me at all. And Green Bay is like, all right, well, we'll look at trade partners, and we got to see who can actually handle that type of cap money. So let's see who can handle it. Well, there's a combination of two different things. Who can handle the cap money that he is going to command, and then who wants him? Who really wants Aaron? There's a lot of people out there who have rookie signal callers who they just drafted. They have young, flourishing talents that they drafted a couple of years ago and they're proud of, they're happy with. They don't want to change the whole face of the organization to bring in a brand name. And then there's Denver, who has Drew Lock. I didn't say nothing. I'm just saying it's Drew Lock. Drew Lock, Aaron Rodgers. Think about it. They got the cap room to handle his contract, which isn't that much of a cap hit for them. It is for the Packers, but it's not as much of a cap hit for Denver. And I don't want to get into the numbers because I'm from Louisiana. We don't really do math, whatever. I took one math in high school in order to pass, to graduate. Or it might have been like a science math, but I don't need to get into that right now. I still got smarts. I got a bachelor's degree. It's look, I did my thing. Whatever. The next question was, does Fields ball out for Chicago? I'd say when you have that amount of athleticism, trying to teach them the skill, it will come. Let this gentleman have fun with his targets, because he's going to have Allen Robinson there. It's going to be nice. And he's got the young speedsters. Let this guy ball out. Let him have fun. Put in his 5 top plays from college and let this guy ball. And who's really going to run this division? Who's going to run away with it? Because Jared Goff is going to be settling in. Packers, who have a disgruntled quarterback situation and maybe going with Jordan Love as their guy. You have Minnesota, who hasn't been consistent, and their defense is just absolute hot water garbage. It was 32nd in the league last year against the pass. They're Chicago. They're a meh type team. Good times. That division is up for grabs, and Justin Fields has the athleticism to take it to the next level. Next question was, does Carson Wentz, get back on track with the Colts? I say, hey, he's good for about 6 games. And then he's going to get injured. At those 6 games, though, he's going to give you some MVP-type throws, runs. He's going to look amazing with Michael Pittman Jr. I'm talking about T.Y. Hilton and them are going to tear it loose. Run games are going to look phenomenal. And this is going to be one of the top 3 defenses in football with the Indianapolis Colts. Then Carson's going to get injured like he always does. And then you're going to see the plummet of production and the Colts are going to ground. The division will be open between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. Next question. Does Justin Herbert take the next step? I am so impressed with this guy's throws. I didn't know what to expect when he came out of Oregon, but then he comes in after Tyrod's lung gets punctured by his doctor. Throws with such touch on it that were just beautiful, just absolute beautiful throws. And he didn't have a preference of what what wide receiver he needed to throw the ball to. He just made it happen. Highly impressed with this gentleman. Let's go, Justin. I think he's going to be the 2021 MVP. Y'all heard it here first. MVP Justin Herbert. I'm a huge Baltimore Ravens fan. I know what Lamar and them's going to do, but I'm looking at the Los Angeles Chargers, about to say San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers, and I am impressed with what they have to bring to the table with this quarterback and the weapons that they have put around him. And even if they don't have major weapons, he's still going to make it happen with whoever he's got there, because that ball is just beautiful coming out of his hands. Next question, is Burrow going to be a problem, being he has MarrChase and T. Higgins? Yep. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a major problem. Did they make any defensive moves to help out with that? Did they put an offensive line around him? They did. They got some offensive linemen later on in the draft. And MarrChase is like a once-in-a-lifetime talent that you have to pick up. I mean, he's probably going to be something along the lines of a Julio Jones type of player that is just lights out. You got to go throw the ball to him because he's just a 50-50 ball type of guy. I mean, just phenomenal player. And Cincinnati had to go take that chance and pick him up so they could put so much firepower together. And it's not just T. Higgins. You got Tyler Boyd there as well. They are phenomenal talents, and it's going to make Cincinnati that much better in the AFC North, where it's already a tough division to fight in. So you have to bring the firepower to the table. Did Cincinnati bring it? Let's see. They brought in, to help out with their 21st ranked defense in the league, they brought in Trey Hendrickson. He had 13.5 sacks in 2020. Chidobe Awuzie, he's replacing Will Jackson. I loved Will Jackson when he was in Cincinnati, but they got Chidobe Awuzie for cheap, for about 7.5 or 7.25 per year. Mike Hanton, they brought him in as a slot corner from the Steelers. So anytime you can bring in somebody who's got experience with the AFC North of other teams, great. And they got him for cheap, about $6 million per year. And then you got Larry Ogunjobi. He's replacing Geno Atkins. I feel like the AFC North has some of the smartest general managers out there in the league. And they have made smart moves for cheap prices and replaced and replenished what they needed to get in order to make their team better during the offseason. And then, of course, Eli Apple. Now, Eli, I think he's got a certain amount of talent, but at the same time, he takes off plays. And there's times when he's been roasted in college and at the NFL level, and it has been on the biggest stages. So Eli, not sure about yet, but hey, he adds depth to the team. So there you have it, folks. Just hanging out, answering a couple questions around the league. If you have other questions, whatever, hey, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Twitter. You know what? My Twitter tag's below. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. I need you. I need you. Like I said, most of the time I'm talking Ravens. Sometimes it's other teams' perspective. It's 100% reflective. I don't want to get into rhyming in here. I'm here to have fun. Here to grow the channel. Here to just talk sports. And if it's Ravens, cool. If it's other teams that y'all want to hear about, let me know, and we'll do segments on each. I just want to have fun with it and keep it original because this is the home of original sports perspective. This is the Carson Report. I'm your boy Jermaine Lockett. I say, hey, take care.